Morocco is the best thing to happen to African football at the World Cup. There is no African team in the entire history of football that has done more good to the reputation of Africa than Morocco at this World Cup. It is not possible. You cannot name one. In fact, I'll go as far as saying this. Morocco is the greatest ever African country to play at the World Cup. There has not been any other African country that has outdone Morocco at the World Cup. It's not possible. Morocco alone accounts for 50% of all African victories in the World Cup knockout stage. African countries have only gotten 8 victories at the World Cup knockout stage. Morocco has 4 of them. 4. What Morocco is doing right now, we cannot treat it as normal. We cannot get used to it at all. It is not possible. We can't. Morocco in the last 4 years, last 2 World Cup editions, have gotten to the minimum of the World Cup quarterfinals. They have gotten so good that at this point, we expected them to get to the quarterfinals. It is not shocking anymore. That's why we must not treat it as normal. Last time, who eliminated them? Eventual finalists, France, that gave us one of the greatest ever World Cup finals, that were separated by just penalty kicks. This year again, it might potentially still that same France team that everybody is unanimously agreeing is the best team at the 2026 World Cup that will be able to knock them out. Can you list me more than 3 teams or even 2 teams that can knock out Morocco? Can you list me 3 teams that Morocco cannot beat? Can you list me 3 teams that can comfortably beat Morocco or is better than them? It's a fact. You might dislike what happened at AFCON or whatever. I've told you guys what to do. Take it up with CAF. They are the right authorities to follow up on this kind of issues. But if it comes to football, nobody is doing better than Morocco right now for Africa. There is no other country. You look at the World Cup round of 32. 9 countries from Africa qualified. Only 2 went through. And even out of the 2 that went through, everybody's still only looking up to Morocco. And they delivered. 3-0 today. Last edition, they had a different coach. This edition, they have a different coach again. That tells you that there is something in their system. There's a mentality. There's a continuity. It is not based on the coach. There's a culture that they have built, that they have broken away from that mindset of Africa where it's just, go to the World Cup and participate. No, they are going now to win the World Cup. That's what they are going there to do. Even France should be scared of this Moroccan team. They are not going to have an easy time. Look at it today. They started this game poorly. And I knew that this would happen because they have been used to games where they are like the underdogs. Nobody expected them to win. Even the Netherlands game, we Africans expected them to win, but most people still thought that Netherlands win. So they were like the underdogs. But today, the onus was on them to go and win. They were tasked with the obligation of going to win this game. So that's a whole different ball game. Canada knew that they are the underdogs in this game, so they could play freely. They had nothing to lose. Morocco in the first half, they were poor. They didn't have such a good game. In fact, they lost their best goal scorer, their best attacker in that first half. He went off injured. Guess what happened? Rahimi came on. No problem for them. They come out in the second half and they look like the Morocco that we all know. A very, very beautiful free kick play. Onwahi, who was out there looking like Zidane today. Was that Onwahi or Zidane I was watching today? Scored such a great goal. And again in the 82nd minute, after keeping a clean sheet, after composure, he scored again. And to kill the game off, Canada was playing set pieces. At least let us score 1 goal today. Let us mark attendance today. Guess what? On the counter-attack, Rahimi finishes it off. And Morocco wins the game 3-0. They have now played 5 games at the World Cup. They are unbeaten. They have not lost a single game. In all those games they have played, they have been the better team. They bested Brazil. They bested Netherlands. They bested every single team that they have played. I think they have conceded only 2 goals in those 5 games.